my name's Will and welcome to the Distorted Transmission. Once again, I invite you warmly into my living room to discuss another band that is distortion related. Today we have Thousand Limbs. How are you guys?
We're very good.
Yeah, good to be here, Will. Good to see you again, man.
For the benefit of the audience, could you please tell them who you are and what you do in the band, and if there are other members in the band also?
Hi, g'day. My name's Andrew. I play guitar in Thousand Limbs.
I'm Patrick and I also play guitar in Thousand Limbs, and we also have Nick on bass and Stu on drums.
Last time I spoke to you, was it just a two-piece or was there actually a full band?
It was a full band, it was just us who showed up.
Right.
Yeah, we've always been a four-piece.
Yeah.
For some reason, in the back of my mind, I thought you were a two-piece.
Yeah.
And then I saw a band photo earlier today, and I was like, "There's more than two."
Yeah. We're just the ones that volunteer ourselves for this sort of stuff. Yeah.
I talked to you back in 2018, I believe it was. It was around May, and it was just before you released your first full length, should we say, called Whoa.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
And you released another thing about a year ago. It was a 3-track. Oh, what was it called?
That was Mara, was our 3-track from last year. Yeah.
And you just recently released a video for that as well. Since the video is kind of a more current thing, maybe we could talk about that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that was made by our friend Amber Beaton, who made the video for Amok, and just like with Amok, it was a gift to us, which was really kind of her. So once again, the creative process was all her. So she said, "This is going to be a gift for you." And then our song was kind of the vessel for her vision. So it was actually a surprise to us when she sent us the cut. We were like, "Oh, this is fantastic," because we didn't actually know. I know she'd spoken to you a little bit about it.
A little bit, yeah.
But it was a beautiful surprise when we got it, and that was just, and it was nice to be able to relinquish control of it and let someone else have their vision with it. It was cool.
Sometimes when somebody else interprets your music and puts it into like a visual form, sometimes they strike the mark or they surprise you with their interpretation. So how was your sort of thought about the way it came out?
Like, we love working with her. Like, it's like we often say, like, she's like the fifth member of the band, kind of, because all of our kind of projects, like the photography for both Woe and Mara, the cover photography has been her as well. So we've always just kind of collaborated with her. So she's been a part of the project since the start, really.
Yeah, it's been really nice to have someone that will choose the song, make the video, and to have it, I guess, not be our decision. On one hand, it makes it easy, but it's also really nice to let them bring their creativity into the process. And I don't think I'd want to choose a song. I don't think I'd even want to even suggest what the video should be, because that's her thing to do.
Yeah.
You need to put a lot of trust into a person to...
Totally.
Yeah, well, luckily she's an incredible director, so like nothing she puts out is ever bad. And it's,
And because we have that friendship from before the band with her, she's someone who we're really close with, so it's all trust and it's all love. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's who you know, eh?
That's it, yeah.
All right, so it's been about a year. Of course, COVID happened, and that kind of kicked everybody in the nuts a little bit as far as production. But then again, on the flip side of that, a lot of bands took that opportunity to sort of stop trying to do gigs and whatever, and sort of become recluses and start writing music behind the scenes.
For sure, yeah.
We definitely did
Is
that.
that what you did?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we'd recorded Mara the year prior with, we did it with Dave Rhodes, again, similar thing, someone we're comfortable with, someone we like, someone who's Andrew's had a long relationship with, so it was like, it's just kind of a community of people who make these things with us, and we'd had planned to release it to coincide with Windburn, which was a festival in Wellington that we were going to play, and then of course COVID happened. We actually bailed.
Literally the week before the proper lockdown.
That's right. So we actually jumped ship on that a little bit early before it got cancelled. A couple guys in the band's immunocompromised, so we're like, we shouldn't be part of this.
Yeah.
And then during lockdown, because we were all at home for 7 weeks, everyone had time to listen to 20 minutes of slow music. So it was like, let's just put it out now. Like, it was as good a time as any.
How was the response in general?
It was really good.
It was nice. Yeah. Like, we were really happy just to put it out. Like, so it was.
We were quite lucky to have George from the 666 Mr. Doom channel. George is Greek, isn't he? He's based in Greece.
Yeah.
And he runs like an international, one of the big Doom channels. And he's very supportive of underground bands. And we just timed it with him. He released it, and when it comes through on his channel, it's always got that bigger audience engagement. So it was quite actually. He released the EP.
He released the EP last year, and we actually did the video through him as well. We did, instead of putting it on our own channel, he did the premiere from his channel, and that's where it is. So
It's who you know again.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
You guys are blessed.
Yeah.
it was really, really a buzz for me to sit there that day and refresh the page every half hour and just watch the views shoot up. And be like, oh, this wouldn't happen if it was on our YouTube channel.
Awesome. Man. So of course, it's been a year since that was released. So I'm sort of wondering if you've got anything else in the pipeline.
We've been writing a full length. Some of these songs I've been trying to write for about 10 years since before the project, and then we released, when we started the band, like, okay, let's do a smaller project first. We did Woe, which was a shorter album, and then that'll tie us over until we release this other thing. But then it was, because it was taking me quite a long time to write, and Andrew had written a couple of songs. The song Mara was actually a song we'd written in our previous band, and so Andrew's like, let's just release another EP in the meantime while we finish writing the long player. And
sort of see it was going to take us a wee while to get the album together, and if we just wanted to get something out to sort of convey that we were still around, keep some momentum going.
So Woe had more tracks, but they were shorter.
That's right.
Because Mara was only a 3-track, but was it actually
it's about the same length. They were both about 20 to 25 minutes each.
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
I find it quite hard to write long, interesting songs. Do you find it, like, some musicians find it easier to write short? Some musicians find it sort of more comfortable to write longer tracks. How do you sit on that?
Well, I mean, I guess they're interesting to us. Like, they might not be interesting to other people. Like, not everyone wants to listen to 10 minutes of boom. But like, but I do. Like,
I mean, it's good to write for other people, but I mean, primarily you write for your own sanity and your own.
For sure.
Creativity. So.
That's right. It was something that we found fulfilling to write, and
the first song on that was 10 and a bit minutes long. I was just listening to a lot of really dirgy, dark Belgian doom and post-metal at the time. And I got heavily into all the bands that were coming out of Belgium at the time. I just was like super inspired to do something, and that song in particular is not really a long song. It's just played slow.
Yeah.
It's quite, I think if we played it at a normal tempo, it would have been a regular 5 minute song.
I don't really know a lot about the sort of the international doom scene. I mean, I listen to a bit of it now and then, sort of as I come in contact with it, but I'm not really a hardcore.
Yeah.
You know. So is Belgium
It's a lot of like punk and hardcore bands doing like the really kind of with elements of post rock and black metal and just emotional kind of stuff.
It's quite an interesting scene.
They're all sort of. I think they had quite a big hardcore scene, probably early mid 2000s, and a lot of the members of those bands have sort of morphed into this different kind of. I guess it's post metal. It's doomy. It's not really sludgy.
But it's like an unusual genre, like a sort of a new formation of a genre.
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely. I mean, they were calling it black and hardcore for a while. There was a lot of black metal, a lot of blast beat sort of stuff mixed in with like sort of D-beat hardcore stuff as well, and then also just really melodic and, dare I say, emotive. And it just really captured me. Friend of mine, I went around to his house for dinner one night and he was playing something, and I was like, Dad, what's this? This is awesome, and that just led me down the rabbit hole. He didn't know what it was. He picked up a record at Real Groovy and liked the cover and taken it home, and it turned out to be the second Oathbreaker album.
Okay.
Which, really set me down the rabbit hole.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you were going to be doing some recording later on in the year.
Yes.
Should we touch on that?
We're booked in, we booked in just the other day with Dave Rhodes. He's recorded our last two EPs. I've known Dave since 1999, I think. We played in a band together, just been friends for a long time. He's a great engineer, and kind of like working with Amber, we kind of like the idea of keeping it in the family and just sort of working with people that we know and can sort of share the vision with us.
I was really impressed with the production on the last two releases that you did, so I can definitely understand why you've decided to stick with the same formula.
Yeah, we're really happy with it, and he's really, really nice to work with as well.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dave's
comfortable,
great.
I have chatted to him a few times.
Right,
here and there, and he's a cool guy.
Sure. And because, he's a drummer, so he always does amazing drum recordings. He's just so great to work with in the studio, but I've known him so long, it's very much like working with someone who was another member of the band, and it's very fluid.
Because you got that history with him.
Yeah, and you sort of know, and he will feel free to be like, dude, that sucked, do it again.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, you don't take it the wrong way. It's,
Well, those are the best producers to have. The last thing you want is a producer that goes, yeah, that's fine, you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
later on you listen to it and you're like, why didn't I do one more take?
Yeah, yeah. No, Dave's great like that, but he
Yeah.
always makes you.
You never feel bad. He's gentle
No.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. He is kind. Yeah.
This time around, how many songs are you planning to do?
It's 10 songs this time. This is the one that
Yeah.
we've been grappling with. Like some of the songs that we played live, like at our first show, are on this record. But it's it's.
Is this going to be your magnum opus, you think?
I'm excited
it's
about
kind of
it.
the idea,
I'm
but-
excited about it for sure. Like, just,
Yeah.
it'd be good to get it out of our systems and.
Will there be like 10 short songs or 10 like mid to longer lengths?
It's seven longer ones, 3 shorter ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's going to take the minutes, like the runtime, quite high, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know if we've even timed
We
it
better
fully
exercise some
yet.
self-control with that one. Like, you know.
Double album.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's I'm really looking forward to it, and it's sort of going to be the realization of the completion of vision that Patrick's had for how these songs work, and I don't know if we want to delve into the concept.
Yeah, maybe not, but like,
Okay.
but it's conceptual. It's a song cycle, so it's
And it runs throughout all 3 recordings.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then with like instrumental music, you really have to have a sort of a concept or something behind it because the lyrics don't lead.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
there's
it's-
actually a definite
Yeah.
thing there.
and there's been little like just because being a massive nerd, like there's little like melodic motifs and rhythmic motifs that creep in and out of the music, and this is kind of they're in the final form for this one. Like
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that sort of to help support bands like this, it's a good idea to go and buy some merch. That's always a good thing to do. And you've got some T-shirts and stuff.
Yep. We've got four designs up on our Print Mighty, just 1000limbs/printmighty.co.nz.
or the other way, it might be print mighty
Code-
/1000 limbs.
One of
One of
those.
them, yeah. It's
So
the only-
it's probably locatable on your Facebook page. or something.
absolutely. There's links to
Through our
it. and-
Bandcamp and that sort of thing
Yeah,
too.
and they're made to order, so we never see them. They just
Right.
yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
created.
They're created
behind
and
the
they
scenes.
arrive in the mail.
Yeah,
So,
Patrick designed them with a friend. And
Just like your music videos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah, they're there if you want them.
Hands off. Yeah, yes, yeah.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else to add? We're almost out of time, but if you have any other final thoughts, now would be the time.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. It's good to
Thank
see you
you very
again.
much.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope to see you again before 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
See how we
yeah,
go.
Maybe next year when the album comes out.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure, we'd love
Yeah.
to come back. Yeah.
Hang past,
All right.
for sure.
Thanks, lads.
Thanks a lot.
See you later. Say goodbye.